and just have a quick conversation about something that recently showed up. And I just have so much gratitude for all of our life experience. Okay. I have taken a certain path currently. And this morning, as I stood in this conversation with this particular individual, I realized, oh, I can see now why I was led to this very moment. And it's a bit of what I want to share with you. So, I ended up having a conversation with a woman today who, when I first met her, the very first thing I noticed is she had this gigantic kind of crucifix on her necklace. Okay. And that instantly gave me this envisioning of maybe a bit about this person's story. But as the conversation progressed and, we were going through the process this morning, she began to share a bit about her childhood upbringing and how she came into, I guess, a bit of empowerment, how she began to stand up for herself. And what it all was tied to was her beliefs on good and evil. Satan, as she liked to refer to it, the devil, and God. So she has a very strong Christian perspective, is obviously what was my first impression and what came out evidently as the conversation progressed. But it was this realization that I had hearing this woman talk about how, today's Friday the 13th. And for many people, and she said it herself, she's like, well, I'm not superstitious. And yet, she went on to say how there are devil worshippers and people doing sacrifices on the 13th and all this stuff, which may or may not be true. I don't know. I think people are doing sacrifices from all lands. There's been sacrifices all over the place. Um, and yet, she worded it so beautifully. And I think it led to an understanding for me in my personal life. And it also led to an understanding of, say, my parents and their views, other people that I know who hold a similar view, that growing up as a child, she felt a sense of a lack of control. She felt she did not have a say in her life. She felt weak and powerless, to quote a Perfect Circle song. But she had the sense of weakness, of not having power. And this was a familiarity for her. And I think for many of us, we can feel the same way. I know I felt that way. And so growing up now, here she is in her 60s, and she begins to tell me how there is this war, pretty much something very similar to what my parents speak of, a war between dark and light, good and evil, Satan and God. And I just had this light bulb moment go off in my mind that here is this woman recreating the same fear or feeling or sense that she was weak and powerless. Because pretty much what she's saying is she's weak and powerless even now against this dark force energy, which she has titled Satan, the devil. It has so many different names. One main thing I hear within spiritual circles is the them energy, right? Who knows what they're doing, right? Oh, it's because of them. There's and we tie that to this almost conspiratorial energy. So if that's language that you're using, that might be something to note. There's a victimization that's happening. And this isn't to, damn us or say that we are wrong. What it comes down to, I realized in this conversation with this woman, is we just replay our sense of fear, our sense of feeling whatever it was that we might have felt when we were children, whether it's the reminder that we need to be in survival mode, that there's never money around or that there's never support around, or if it's people will take advantage of me in life, whatever these stories are. And it can also be positive, obviously, where we can feel more empowered. But I guess I wanted to just come on here and have the conversation with you of where is it that you are reliving your current or past life in from the childhood remembering of things that happened to you. And maybe too, because what happened for me in that moment was I had this next level compassion of, oh, no wonder my father holds such a strong view that evil or the devil is going to just like take and like have this negative impact on everybody's life. It's not really focused on love. Instead, it's focused on this fear. And it was because I believe, growing up in Nigeria in like the what, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, that probably wasn't very easy. There was a lot of control. I know there was a lot of control even in their schooling system. They were like, beaten with rods and all sorts of negative things happening, that like what corporal punishment. So now there's a reliving of our parents, those previous generations, even our generation's childhood now. And that might show up in the story of the devil, of evil, of them, this external scapegoat, external force of power that is trying to cause harm. So just whatever might be going on for you right now, just calling those angels, those guides, your ancestors to show you what wants to be shown, what needs to be illuminated so that you can walk your path in pure truth, your truth, okay? In a way that aligns with your heart and with your soul, with your mind. Because I do believe that the more we like continue to just walk blindly, meaning unconsciously, we're not going to be aware of these childhood patterns. And I'm going to call to those angels as well to just clear and support you. I say the word clear, but really just again illuminate and like bring to the forefront of your mind anything that needs to be known, especially from an ancestral lineage perspective. Maybe there are things that actually aren't yours, but you've continued to carry them because of your bloodline. Okay. And this is a huge part of the healing for ourselves, the healing of the next generations, is that there's healing or releasing at least from things that come from the past, grandparents, grandparents, great grandparents, and so on. So thank you, angels, for any support with that for those listening, watching at any point in time. May your guides and your support staff, those inner guides for you, continue to pave the way forward. And may you know your strength, that no matter what beliefs you hold, that there are light and there is dark, of course, but none of it can have power over you. Okay. You ultimately are the creator of your reality. You, through your eyes, get to perceive or see the reality around you in the way that you feel called to. And usually there's more than one way, more than two ways, more than three ways. Really, there's an infinite possibility. So, what is it you want to focus on? Your attention. Hi, Chris. There is your truth, my truth, the objective truth. Lineage has zip to do with the objective truth. Interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, whatever and however you received this message today, just sending you that support in whatever way you are open to receiving. And yeah, remember where you are on this planet. You have a purpose, and it really is to support the collective evolvement of this human experience. And until the next time, you guys, I'll see you. Bye.